What's up, guys? Justin Morgan here, Carved Up Vegan Muscle, and I am here today talking about the subject of straps. This kind of strap. In the past, when people have asked about straps, I have recommended that they avoid it if they plan on doing any types of competitive weightlifting, and the reason being that all the additional grip strength that you actually get from pulling on the bar is extremely beneficial and necessary if you plan to do any type of strongman or powerlifting. You're not allowed to use straps in powerlifting, so that kind of sums up that particular circumstance. But recently, in the last month or so, I've kind of come to change some of my opinions on that. And the reason being, first of all, I started to notice that a lot of weightlifters, now in strongman, you do use straps on things like axle bar lifts, and even with the straps, when you are holding on to an axle bar trying to deadlift it, there's an incredible amount of grip strength necessary to move the bar. So even if you are using straps, that would be one scenario where you're still going to be using a ton of grip strength. Your grip's probably still going to fail before a lot of things. So if you're doing it for reps, that is. But what I started to notice was that outside of strongman, because that's just crazy, just look at powerlifting and Olympic weightlifting, I started to see a lot of Olympic weightlifters like John North and Dmitry Klokov and others, that they use straps in a lot of their lifts when they were doing things. And I started to think, well, you know, the weights that they're using really aren't quite as much, because you're not going to be, I mean, those guys might be incredibly strong, but you're never going to be able to snatch or clean and jerk as much as you're going to be able to deadlift. They can't snatch and clean and jerk as much as they can deadlift. So, you know, maybe it just really doesn't matter as much. Grip strength isn't as vital of as importance for that. And that's not right. I kind of came to the conclusion that that was not accurate either. So what really sealed the deal for me was when I started to do some of these higher rep deadlifts. Now, for most of the time that I've been lifting, I have never lifted above the 5 rep range. And when I do things like deadlifts, I would mostly work up to one heavy set, and that would be it. I would do one set of 5 for most of my lifting career thus far. But since I've been trying out some of these other methods, specifically as of late the Juggernaut method by Chad Wesley Smith, it has me deadlifting in the 10s, 8s, 5s, and 3s in phases. So you do 3 weeks of 10s, and the first week you do 5 sets of 10, which is an incredible amount of volume. And what I found was, even though the weights were light compared to what I'm accustomed to lifting, that once I got to that 3rd and 4th set, my hands were just ate up, and my calluses were starting to, kind of rub off, and it was just really painful. So for the sake, not of grip strength, but for the sake of just saving the calluses on my hands from ripping off, I just went ahead and started using the straps. I had these sitting around my house for a few years now, and I never really used them because I was kind of anti-straps. But since I've kind of been integrating some of these new things. Now, also what I found is that at the strongman gym that I go to, straps can be really helpful, and as of late I've used them more and more and more. Now, there are certain things like farmer's walks you're not allowed to use straps on, but there are a lot of things that you can use straps on for various reasons, and I do. So I guess there are other ways to train your grip. I don't recommend doing it all the time. I do recommend that you do some type of grip strength, but I guess I'm just saying that I've changed my opinion on the matter, and if previously I told you that you should never use straps, then I'm just telling you now that I've discovered some reasons where I find it valuable to use straps. So that's it for today. You guys take it easy, and I will talk at you soon.